Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we're having coffee this morning. Turn up the love. There is no way now on Facebook to reverse the screen so that everything is forward facing instead of backwards the way it is. So it is what it is. Could rail against it, or I could go, in the big scheme of things, this is not hugely important. As a nurse, often my barometer is, okay, this really doesn't feel good, but nobody died. Nobody got real sick because of whatever happened. And so I can accept at times, many times, that the difficulties are there and I can rail against them, or I can learn and grow with them. So what does that look like? Well, the angels, all of who, I have a council of 12. They're not all angels, but they are all light beings that are here to serve and want to help us walk through this incredibly interesting time in history. We all chose to be here, believe it or not, in all of this. And how we choose to stay is totally in our power. I've spent 2 days actually, getting an email platform set up, one that I'd used before, transferring names, because my ability online or digitally is rusty. And it's taken me a good long time to get this set up, but I didn't give up, because it's important that what I bring is placed in the world, just like it's important with what you bring. It is hugely important to allow what you came to do to happen. What does that look like? Well, the overarching message for this reading is vulnerability. Don't look at the words, just look at the beautiful picture. A very wide open meadow. This is a prompt for you to be vulnerable, to be truly who you are and who you came to be. Everybody else's opinion isn't your concern. They're all here doing the same thing you're doing, trying to figure this life out. So giving others credence over yourself doesn't make a lot of sense. They don't know any more than you do. Others attempt to keep you in a mold, to keep you boxed in, is an attempt to control because it makes them more comfortable with you. And why do we need to do that? We don't. We just need to be who we are, whether or not they like it, whether or not they accept it. The next card that came up was everything happens for a reason. This is the 5 of Raphael, and Raphael is the healing angel. Release regret, embrace opportunities for happiness, and search for the silver lining. This could also be called Pollyanna. Searching for the silver lining in everything is a huge gift, because there's a lot of things in life that are going to take us right off of that silver lining if we choose to look at them in the light of angst, fear, anger, distrust, wounding, which is where we go a lot, especially if you're holding any judgment on anything. It is coming from a place of lack within yourself. The next card that came up was the Knight of Gabriel, confident, enthusiastic. It's time to take action. And I can see many of us out there going, yeah, let's demonstrate, let's resist, which is fine if that is what resonates with you. We need those. But when it disrupts your inner peace, and when it places you in a place of blame, judgment, anger, I would say hatred, that's pretty strong, but we have been prompted over the last 12 years to be in a lot of hatred of one another, and dissension and division and blame. And that is the powers that are trying to keep control here. And as long as we are in division and in upheaval, particularly within us, we are not in our power, our divine power, and understanding that everything taking place right now in the world, regardless of how unsettling it feels, is for a reason. It is supposed to be happening. Things are being shaken up. Things are being done like they've not been done before everywhere. France is, essentially without a government. England or Britain, the new man Starmer that's in there, oh my God, he is just horrendous in what he's doing, and people are becoming upset. Trump in our government is horrendous in what he's doing, according to a faction. And so it's like, okay, who's right? There is no right. There is only what is. And the understanding that this disruption and chaos and all this has to happen to bring us out of this sleepwalk we've been doing for a couple hundred years as we have been controlled. And it is time for us to take action. And that means you doing you taking your own guidance, you connecting regularly with your higher power, living in your divine power, which absolutely only wants everyone else to live in their divine power. It does not seek to control. If you have to control someone, that is not your divine power. That is that lesser energy of needing them to be exactly like you want them to be. So good morning, Patty and Sarah. Thank you for joining me. So we've got be vulnerable, meaning be authentic, be who you are. Don't shape yourself into whatever you think is acceptable for anyone else. If they don't like it, not your circus, not your monkeys. It's easier said than done, especially those who are great chameleons, who are very codependent, trying to create a life for others in the need to be a martyr, to give up you for everybody else. Like, that's BS. That is no longer an empowered place to live from. Empowerment comes from your divine power. And that means you attending to you taking care of you working your own energy. Embracing your inner child. That is that one that jumps into life with enthusiasm, with the expectation that things are going to be fun at some point, and knowing that you have the ability to shift your response to what's going on. Yeah, Jeannie, I came back through Facebook. I'll be jumping back and forth until I can figure out the thing on my computer where I stream. I got report that the picture wasn't good and all of that. And again, it's like more for me to learn, more for me to look at. And because I don't know why it's not streaming nicely like it used to and with a decent picture. But I heard that from a couple people and the young man that repurposes my videos. So it is time to embrace new friendships. Get out in the world, get out into groups, even if that seems a little uncomfortable for you. Much of the time when you're attracted to a group and then you go, I don't know if you're attracted, stop right there. Then go, because there's someone that you want to interact with there and they want to interact you. A new friendship, possibly an old rekindled friendship, will show up there for you. So know that that is where you want to face life, from the truth of your inner child, the innocence, the one who is always expecting good things. And then again, this is the embrace that inner child, the possible new relationship. This is a romantic looking card, but this is not strictly, probably hardly at all, about romantic love. This is a connection between you and another person in this world that once it's happening, begins to blossom into a greater impact in the world throughout, whatever that looks like. The how, we want to keep giving up. Open, willing, ready, guide me. The how is not our business. The willingness to be led, to be shown. And we are speaking only to our light team. That is your intention. You can verbalize that in case you feel like you might be opening yourself up to other energies. It's never been, I never really considered that, but I've been channeling angels since I came in. So, but it is a truth. We do want to direct who we're opening up to. My light team, whoever that is, you don't have to know their names. Just know that you have them, just like I do. We all do. And they are so willing to help us here. Truth, turn up the love. Life is good. This is a huge message. When you can truly love someone else without judgment, it only comes from learning to love yourself. That pure love and joy tool, practicing that not only benefits someone else, especially someone that you may be having issue with, and you might be thinking, I don't want to benefit them, but there is no downside in shedding pure love and joy. It will begin to heal you. You can't do them. You can't choose what they're going to do with this, but it will heal you. And then you get to make choices from that higher vibration. And again, that's what you're sharing in the world. The next card, energetic, brave, optimistic, and playful. That's very much the child energy again. It's the page. The page is the one that just jumps off the cliff. They're young ones. And there's opportunities for excitement, for adventure, for growth, for healing. It is always a choice we are making. We are the designers here in our energy. Our thoughts, our beliefs, our words, our emotions are all energy. That's where we can begin to do our own work. I can't do your work. I can certainly help you and guide you into it and help you release, but I can't do it for you. The act that you come to me for energy work, that's your choice, and then I can help. That's why the open, willing, and ready to your angels, guides, companions is so important. They can't just jump in, but when you say, I am open, I am willing, I am ready to all my power team, my angels, my guides, my companions, guide me, then they have permission to come in and start helping you be aware of your growth opportunities, your expansion opportunities, your adventure opportunities, your fun opportunities. They just will tap us on the shoulder. So what does that look like for you? Well, it means looking to the universe for that someone, maybe someone's, who get to play with you. I guess it's been a couple years now, there was this woman in my field, and because I'm human, initially when I met her, it was like I could feel her power, and my habit was always to go, well, look what she's doing and look what I'm not doing, and I could be doing more, and she's so successful, and I am just years of programming of myself. And yet I was attracted to her. She's an incredibly powerful woman. And she was attracted to me. And we just circled one another, didn't make, close contact. And then all of a sudden we did. And it is such a lovely relationship, such a friend relationship. Good morning, Court. I haven't seen you in a while. I miss you. You are such a light in the world. But this woman has brought so much to my life, and I get to bring so much to her life. And she's a new friendship. We get to keep building new relationships. We can hold on to old ones that are lovely and, supportive, but we get to keep building new. And as you are more authentic and vulnerable with who you truly are, there are likely to be a few that fall away. That just leaves room for new, wonderful, supportive ones. And so you being you with your assertive energy rather than aggressive, us asserting ourselves can in the beginning be aggressive. That's how it kind of blurts out because we're not used to doing it. And we may be a little uncomfortable with doing it because we've not been really showing up authentically. So huge message for authenticity and peace and being who you are, which is so much easier than trying to keep the mask on for who you think others expect you to be. You're amazing just as you are. You're powerful. You're impactful in the world, way more impactful in your authenticity because you're vibrating higher, and that's a quicker vibration, and it goes out to everyone you come in contact with. Even that just random meeting in a grocery store of someone you talk with for 5 minutes that you will likely never see again. And it is such a connection. Those are really fun. But it will come in many ways. Be vulnerable, be authentic, allow room in your life for new relationships, new adventures, new ways of looking at yourself. I think we are complete on this beautiful Wednesday. We've been very much like spring for the last 3 days. It's getting us itching to get some seeds in the ground. So I am going to plant some lettuce here in the next couple days. And then I'm going on a retreat. Honestly, I've been giving retreats for a long time. This is my first retreat that I get to go to, real retreat. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.